Ladies and gentlemen, the final panel discussion of the day. Let's pump up the energy. Everybody, please, if I may request, thank you so much. Your appreciation, clapping, and energy is what is going to be keeping the temperature over here soaring. I'll request our speakers to join me on stage. If I can have some team help from the team of adgully. Yeah. Just humble request, our rest of the speakers are joining. Give a huge round of applause to Boby Paul, Senior General Manager, Marketing, ManoramaOnline. He's over here. And I believe we can start the panel in the best interest of time. And Meenal Kasturia will be joining midway. So I believe we can start in the meantime. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for fellow panelists for taking the time out. I will set a few minutes of context for getting into the topic. The topic today is the power of regional in digital advertising in India. I don't think there is any better time to start discussing on this because digital now is almost 50 to 60,000 crores, almost half of the entire ADX. To be precise, 55%, if I put a number to it. And definitely the next billions and billions is going to come definitely from the regional or vernacular or indie, whichever name we call it. And I being a custodian of one of the regional media courses for last 11 years to be precise, I've been in the bricks, in the drill for quite a long time. I also come from an agency side, so when I'm talking about 10, 15 years back in the agency side, normally when you talk about regional, it's always an afterthought. It is copy-paste from Hindi or English, the last minute drill, you know how it happens. But has that thing changed? Let me start with that.
Thank you so much. Meenal ji is over here as well. Give a big round of applause to Meenal Kasturia, National Head, Sakal Media Group. Give him a big round of applause, please, as he joins us for the panel. And sir, you may continue. Thank you.
So on the first things, definitely I strongly believe that regional languages play a very key role. And I'm a key believer on that. It's not just now. It has always been. Yes, there were certain phases where you say it would be a regional copy-paste, but to a great extent, as marketers, if you want to actually connect with the audience, if the objective is to have an emotional establishment, you need to be in the dialect they are talking to. Like very simply we say, India is one India in many Indias. So it is very important for language and dialect to come across. Otherwise, you will never be able to build that connection, emotional establishment with the consumer that you want to talk to. What digital has done is that it has made us more empowered. It's given us the ability to go more deeper. Now it's not just languages, maybe to an extent. We're trying to figure out dialects as well. So that's the way. Just exponentially increase your ability to do things in a much finer and easier way.
Yes, from a FMCG standpoint.
So I think that as Sajid explained very well, that it has always been there. We have seen amazing ads on newspapers, televisions, everywhere, and even vernacular ads. But your query was that has the shift happened yet on the digital ecosystem? So my belief is in the past decade, we have seen a drastic shift, specifically in the last 3 to 5 years. And it is growing exponentially. Reason being, the brand have now recognized and understood the power of vernacular and how it can deeply connect with the audiences and how it can build the brand loyalty to a much higher level as compared to the other aspect. So yeah, I have seen that shift in the past few years.
Collectively, I can say there is definitely a shift that happened. It's no more an afterthought. It is carefully jotted out plan.
For sure, for sure.
What about you?
So I agree that the shift is definitely there, and the shift have been done after the COVID hits, and you can say the percentage of the spends is nowadays increasing rapidly towards the digital side of it, because I think it relevant to the consumers also, because as a brand we need to understand that the consumer journey always starts from, from the search engine itself. So it's my consumer. Either the consumer is going to the store, either the consumer is going to the online website, wherever the consumer is going. As a brand, we need to understand that, that is our consumer. And the kind of experience we're gonna build for that consumer, that depends upon us as a brand. And that ownership lies with the brand, and that's why this shift needs to be happened. And the way I think the shift is happening is actually very relevant to the consumers also. And hopefully the complete ownership lies with the brand for this. So I believe that this should happen, and this is happening.
I have one more added question, because I saw from your profile you also take care of D2C part of the business. How different is for D2C?
So for D2C, yes, you can say initially, if I talk about 2018, 2019, when the management was not that happy to do something on digital, spending something that the click to action will be your website. So, but after the COVID hits, they know the consumer will be your consumer, and if we need that first party data with us, it happens because you have the complete journey of a consumer. So starting from what he's looking at for, what exactly the parameters he belongs to and all. So I think especially for D2C, digital have actually gone to a next level now. And for the consumer, it's very easy for a consumer to be eased from the buying perspective of it. So I believe that from the digital side of it, D2C is actually a very hot topic for any of a brand to go with nowadays.
Right. So one more added question, because when you are approaching to D2C, I mean, you also in marketplaces, but there you don't have much game, right? When it comes to regional.
So every brand do have a very different, product portfolios for retail, for e-commerce, for your D2C. But I think D2C is the one platform wherein you can showcase all your products. Either the product is in GT, either the product is in retail, either the product is in e-commerce. I think this is the only platform wherein you have the complete ownership with you. There's no discounts, there's nothing. I think that is the only way you can actually know your consumers from all your perspectives, not from the brand objective, but at least from the emotions of that, what exactly your consumer is looking at for.
Thank you. We are pals here. So Minal represents another Indic language platform, status to Marathi audience. I look up at the Malayalam part, so we are on the same side of the fence. So my question to you is slightly different. My question to you is basically, what role does regional language play to kind of foster the customer or design of thinking? So you have a large influencer or a brand or a national, but when it comes to smaller market, right now every one market is talking about India 1, India 2, and India 3, right? Does the same thing resonate with this market, or do you need to have a different approach?
That's a very good question, but I believe you know a lot of answers there yourself. I think regional languages and digital in regional, the type of connect it can build, I think that is not present with any other language. So as per a KPMG study, 70% of people in India want to read content in their own language, in their own mother tongue. And that is something very powerful. And the way it helps connect emotionally, so the brands have to actually use that thing. I think in India, German brands are the first one to do that. And in our case, we are seeing Mercedes and BMW, these are very premium brands. Normally, they only advertise in English.
Right.
But in Maharashtra, these guys are advertising in Marathi with us. And whenever they advertise in Marathi, according to their own data, the click-through rates are almost double that of when they are advertising in English in that market. I'd also like to relate another thing when Mercedes was doing their campaign in Maharashtra and they were using Sakal also. So it's one of the most credible mediums, as all of you know. On a single day, they sold 100 C-Class Mercedes through their dealer in Pune. So it was Bhandari Motors which sold 100 C-Class Mercedes on a single day. It is still a record, you can check it on Google also. So this is the power of regional publication or regional digital medium also.
All right, thank you. My
I would just want to add one thing. So when you talk about a marker of the importance of regional languages just simply comes from, if you look at the fact, the amount of investment. Google is the largest data-driven organization right now existing in the world. No one has more data than they have. And all the decisions are primarily driven by data available and analytics. And if they have invested such a huge amount of money in developing regional languages, there's voice searches in regional languages, they're investing in media promoting that, that clearly indicates that that is where we should grow the product after the consumers.
all right. So I will further extend the same question to the entire panel. Now, from a business side, people talk about driving the ROI. From marketing standpoint, you talk about ROAS, right? Return on ad spends. Now, when you're doing regional or Indic language or vernacular, how do you measure the effectiveness, return on investments, engagements? Is it possible, or you have to take a thumb rule and say that okay, this is working overall, so it's working for us? I mean,
No, we just don't do the guesswork there for sure. We definitely set up. If I'm talking about tactical level,
Yeah.
we definitely set up the campaigns separately, and we measure and compare the KPIs
right.
accordingly. And we have seen a very, how I can put it, I have seen the impact. So when we are talking about going with just, let's say, English and Hindi, if there is, let's say, 100 impact,
Yeah.
I have seen the impact reaching to, let's say, 180, even 200 on certain occasions. If the content is highly deep-rooted in the culture and the quality of content is good. Because at the end of the day, it's from the marketeer's point of view that it's regional language. But from an audience or a person point of view, it is personal. It becomes really personal. We are talking directly in their language, their ethos, their culture. So hence you can see that kind of impact depending on which particular language and
Right.
what is the kind of content that we are.
Okay.
So I believe in that with regional languages, I think what we can measure is the majority of the part is your engagement. So how we are engaging with the consumers within those regional languages, obviously there is a lot of cost involved in that, doing a lot of vernacular video conversions and all, and obviously rectifying in terms of that, doing a very sharp targeting kind of an audience is there.
Right.
So, but I believe in that, it highly depends upon the conversion, the kind of conversion rate we're going to get out of it. But in my past experience, I've seen that the similar kind of trend which is there, likewise, if I go with the national language or the international language, the similar kind of, conversion rate is there when we do some regional kind of campaigns. And the most important part which I feel is that is a brand loyalty. So with this, we actually have seen that the consumer is very loyal when we are actually communicating in that language in which he or she actually want to know what exactly my brand used to say, what my brand used to communicate to me. I think this is the very smart way how we can be able to emotionally connect with the consumers so that, they can actually liaising with a brand and they can show that, yes, this is my loyal brand, and they can actually give return on investments more high in that way. So that's the thing.
So to add to that, in real life scenario, you take care of the marketing and the brand scenario, right? So have some live examples where you do any kind of A/B testing kind of that language a combination of English, or we call it Manglish, Malayalam and English. Do you do that kind of A/B testing? What is working for your brands?
Yeah, we definitely do that, and that's very important. And in digital, we have that ease that we can easily do that.
Yeah.
And we have seen that in few of the big cities, if I say, if we utilize that, our regional language is mainly, I talk about Bombay. So if it is Bombay, then English will also work for me. It's not that I need to go for the Marathi. So that depends upon a objective of a campaign, what exactly my campaign's objective is. If my campaign objective is obviously the awareness part of it, it can go in English also. But if I say that I need some conversions out of it, I need to go a little regional out of it, so that, my consumer can be more loyal to me. So that's.
So basically, you are conveying your brand story correctly, which connects with the audience. It works, right? My next question is open to all. Can start from Meenal onwards. Is now everybody talks about AI. It's such a kind of overused term. I don't want to use that word here, but still I'm forced to. Has it made life simpler for localization of content, or has it made it more, kind of complicated?
Let me start with that thing. AI is there everywhere, but sometimes it's being misused, or rather the results are not optimal that way. I'll just give you an example. Our editor's name is Samrat Furnace. But when you translate it, it translates it as Emperor Furnace. So obviously that's the wrong thing. So what we are doing is we want to connect with brands. So in Sakal, what we have done is we have a whole in-house team. And like my colleague here was talking about different dialects. And in case I'm talking about Maharashtra itself has many different markets. Like he mentioned, Mumbai is completely different. And when you come to rest of Maharashtra also, there are different dialects in different parts of Maharashtra. So our in-house team connects with the brand, and whatever they want to convey, that thing is conveyed in the regional dialect. So we help them in creating those campaigns, or rather those campaigns are modified which should touch a chord with the emotions of that particular market. So that's how we are trying to help brands in connecting with that audience, and that has generated good results for our partners.
I would say yes and no to the same thing, please. Definitely AI has helped us. But it is very important to understand that AI would be a tool and not the solution to it. Right. So what happens is it will not help you convert. But there are a lot of other spaces you can work on. So like we have a D2C platform. We can connect directly with a lot of our consumers. Domino's app is one of the largest used apps for food delivery. So that with CRM, we have the ability of doing a lot of test and learn. So yes, I cannot give AI the job of converting a creative. It has to be manual intervention. But at the same time, I can use it to optimizing and delivering it to the right audience. And believe me, when you're talking about regional language, one of the insights what we felt is that it is not purely 100% location based. You have a lot of people who are in Delhi also who would like to work from Maharashtra, who would like to. So like you initially said, everyone likes to read, think in their regional language. That's the first piece you do.
Yeah, so to add to that, there was a recent report telling that 98% of the Indian audience would prefer to read it in their local language. It's not that they don't understand other languages, but they prefer.
The reason is that we're psychologically wired in such a way, that's how you think. We think in that language. Me being a South Indian, I think in that language. Yes, English is, I'm proficient in English, so the conversion happens faster. I translate it away faster rate. I can communicate in English. But the first thought that hits your mind is always on your regional mother tongue. That's definitely proven science. That is why when you want to make an emotional connect, that's why I said, you have to hit it. When you have to hit it closer to the heart, you have to use that language. If you're closer to the brain, for a very simple example, we've seen, if it's a free discount, any language works.
It's a language where you think, right?
Brain discounts work in English, not a problem. But you want to have a greeting on a festive, Diwali, or be it Onam, you need to have that dialect, the language. If you want to connect to the heart, regional is a must to go.
So you mean to say that it can fasten up the process by using AI, but it doesn't have a soul to it?
Yeah, you can look at it execution point of view. AI is definitely better than executing creatives, than a manual person sitting and doing the cohorts. It can help you audience understanding. It can help you measurement, a lot of things. Creative also it can help, but then you need the human touch. We cannot go without that.
Yes.
So I think AI is the topic of the year, if I'm not wrong. What I would say is that, as my esteemed friends here suggested, that it is helping a lot, and definitely two aspects. One is either content creation, let's say, and then there is the delivery mechanism that delivers the advertisement. So when we talk about the content, it is somewhere midway. Chat GPT came and it exploded. Now it has the capacity to understand and work on some languages on a level that even most of the humans can't do that. So it's all about penetration. Once the AI reaches that level, I'm pretty sure, I can't say 100% accuracy, but there will be a certain level of quality at that point of time. And when I talk about the delivery system specifically, it has evolved a lot, and I'm pretty sure that in the coming decade, it is going to evolve multiple folds, and it is helping a lot in reaching out in a personalized manner, which actually impacts the overall campaign.
All right. Yeah.
So I believe in that AI have actually resolved lot many things, and being a marketer, there are lot many things wherein we are utilizing it. If I talk about the sentiment analysis, obviously AI is helping us. But if I still talk about the content creation or making any copy kind of a thing, still there is a human intervention which is required for that emotional connect. Because if that emotional connect will not be there, then I think that is the exact communication is not possible to what consumer is actually looking it for. Second, in terms of optimization, AI really helps a lot. But still, I say that AI needs human intervention in that as well, being obviously commanding from the human thing only, but still AI will work more for us in the coming future. And but I still believe in that there will be always a human attraction, which is actually being required in all the cases.
All right. So looking at the timer, I think we are almost in the fag end. I will end with one more question. It is more for an academic interest because I come from a regional language website. I'm not asking what percentage of your media spends are digital, but I'm asking what percentage of your digital is vernacular or Indic. Ballpark.
Well, I can't put a number to it, but I can definitely say the percentage is in double digits. Double digits.
Double digit can be from level 10 to 99.
So let's say that at this point, somewhere around 20.
Good.
Okay, again, number is a tough thing to venture out. But I can tell you one thing that we focus so much where we have additional campaign, especially targeting to regional. So, like we said, it's not an afterthought because post a national campaign, we have a top up for regional specifically. We have, give you an example, we have done brand launches especially for regional markets.
If you put a number to it?
Again, I would say more close to double digit because number, so the problem with giving a number, it's that it also incurs the cost of media coming into play. So whenever you say what percentage of my media investments would be in regional language, I would say, I'll twist that around and I'll say on deliveries, I am 20% more over-indexed in regional markets. Better answer to it. Because costing is more to do in what cost I'm buying. There's a lot of difference between national and when you go regional, there's a cost difference that comes in on buying terms.
Wonderful.
It's not more than 15%, but that's, I told initially that it all depends upon the campaign objective. If my objective is awareness, then obviously there'll be simplified campaigns in a similar kind of a language. It will be English. But if I say the specific kind of a campaign, when I need something on my regional, if I say that, I need to support my South market, obviously I go in that deep zone and I go into that regional languages, but it's not more than 15% as of now.
So, thank you, gentlemen. I mean, it is overwhelming to know that it is no more an afterthought. Vernacular is definitely in the reckoning. Definitely, I think by looking at the numbers I heard, I'm not taking it to heart, but still I think there are a lot of muscle to be built around it. Having said that, we have more than 400 to 500 languages and more than 1,000 dialects. I think we should actually take vernacular and the reach and the tier 2, tier 3, towns and villages we want to target next. Definitely will come from vernacular. So I think more focus will go there obviously when the market grows. But having said that, thank you all for sharing your views. Our time is up, and wonderful hearing from all of you, your opinions. And thanks, Minal, for joining in our side of the fence.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Boby.
Thanks.